The inside of the store smells so fresh. The floor is concrete and a bit damp everywhere you walk. There are plants everywhere, lining shelves against the walls, on tables, stacked up on displays in the middle of the store. You're not sure you've ever seen this many types of plants in the same place before. Ooh, excuse me. You both wander around the place, looking at everything. You mostly trailing behind wherever Artemis is going. There's a couple minutes of this. Then Artemis pauses in front of a table of ferns that all look exactly the same, but vary in size. They turn to you, eyes wide. I'm going to be honest, I have no clue what I'm looking for. You laugh. You're looking for a beginner plant, right? Why don't you ask the person working? Artemis snaps their fingers, pointing at you like it's the best idea they've heard in ages. Great idea. Artemis goes poking around the backside of the store, with you close at their heels. After rounding another display of aloe, the two of you are at the counter that houses the register. Sitting at the counter is a jackalope boy with massive antlers and silver hair that falls over his forehead. He's reading a book with a worn cover and dog-eared pages. There's a bookmark peeking out from between the back cover and some of the pages. If you squint, you can tell that he has something written on the top of it in thick script. Jaxian. Maybe that's his name? Excuse me. Jaxian startles, raising his head and blinking at the two of you. It seems like he didn't know either of you were in the store.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
All these voices are so cute. I love them. Yes, actually, I'm looking for a good beginner plant. Something I can accidentally forget about once in a while and not end. You have to smother a snort. It doesn't really work and ends up coming out as something strangled. Artemis elbows you in the ribs. Jaxian looks at the both of you some more, then nods very slowly. Okay, there are a couple I could show you. That would be great. Jaxian sticks his bookmark in the spot, then gets up from his chair to walk around the counter. You have to try hard not to stare at his big fuzzy hair legs. He's a lot taller than you expected now that he's standing. He begins walking towards the front of the store, and the two of you are quick to follow him. There's actually a shelf over here with some good beginner plants. He leads you over to this shelf, trailing his fingers alongside one of the plant's plastic planters when he pauses. There's a bit of a silence as he looks over everything. So, we have the spider plant here. It's not picky about light, water, or temperature. As you can see, it grows to have these rather impressive hanging plantlets that you can actually repot and grow if you wanted to. He trails his fingers to another plant, this one taller, with sword-like leaves. This is the snake plant. It likes a lot of light, but it can handle less if necessary. It's not particular about watering, as long as you don't water it too much. It's a striking shape, is it not? You and Artemis hum in idle agreement. You're starting to notice that the longer Jaxian talks, the more he seems to get absorbed in his plant knowledge. He doesn't look as shy as he was before. Jaxian gestures to a smaller, waxy-looking plant on the lower shelf. This here is the ZZ plant. It's very hardy, and it never grows very big. It can handle low light and not being watered as much. If you ignore it for a little while, it won't hurt it as much. The next plant that Jaxian gestures to is recognizable. As you probably can tell, this is an aloe vera plant. These are pretty popular beginner plants. They like heat and sun, but they are pretty low maintenance. They're also good for making the air feel fresher. There's another silence. You and Artemis watch Jaxian gaze at the plants on the shelf for a beat. His eyes wander, land on the two of you, and it's then that he seems to realize there are actually people here. He turns a bit red, getting shy again.
Do you have a preference?
So those are some good plants you could try as a beginner. Artemis turns to you, looking very contemplative. They're also cute. What do you think? Me? Artemis smiles warmly. It's infectious, and you can't help but return it. Yeah, you. I did say I wanted to get a plant with you, didn't I? Could you help me choose? Which plant do you think Artemis should get? Okay. Let's go back to this one to see what plant we get. So in my stream, I picked the spider plants. For this one, let's Sorry. For this one, let's pick the aloe vera plant. The aloe vera is a classic. I would go with that one.
You think so?
I'll get that one then. They turn to Jaxian, who is just standing there in front of you. You all look at each other. Then Jaxian spurs into action, gingerly picking the aloe vera up from the shelf. He's kind of funny. Jaxian begins to make his way back to the rear of the store, carefully weaving through the plants on the floor and lush table displays. You and Artemis trail after him. When he's back behind the register counter, he sets the plant down like it's a baby. He then gestures to a shelf on the right side of the store that's stocked with pots of every color and size. Did you guys, want me to repot it for you? Artemis looks at you again. Their eyes brighten behind their glasses. Help me pick a pot, please. They remind you so much of a puppy in that moment that you can't help but laugh. You bump your arm against theirs. Sure, I'll help you pick a pot. There are a lot of different kinds of pots on the shelf, but you figure that you might as well pick by the color rather than any other attribute. There are white, green, red, black, and yellow pots. What will you pick? I think I picked a red one. Oh. Let's see. What panzer? Oops. On the bug. No, we're not over here. Well, onto the bed, Panzer. Ouch. Don't pet me with your teeth. Don't pet me with your teeth. Okay. So the playthrough, I picked a red pot. And he liked the red pot, but let's pick a different color and see what he thinks. Let's pick a black pot. No, let's pick a green pot for the plants. How does a green pot sound? Artemis nods enthusiastically. They give you a thumbs up. It keeps with the green theme. I like it. Panzer is tickling my fingers with his nose. Artemis goes, stop! Goodbye! See what I told you about Needy Cat? Go up on the bed, baby. Go lay on the bed. Come on. You can lay on the bed, it's okay. Come on. I love you too, baby. Lay on the bed, sweetie. You can lay on the bed. It's okay. And I hit my mic. Ugh. Artemis goes up to the shelf, and after contemplating for a moment, they select a short and round green pot. Artemis brings the pot they picked over to the counter. Jaxian looks it over with a gaze that almost looks critical. You picked a good size. You always want to pick a pot that's 1 or 2 inches larger than the original one. It gives the roots room to grow. Jaxian dips under the counter for a bit, pulling out a large plastic bin full of potting soil when he comes back up. He sets it on the counter, moving his book and other assorted items on the counter surface out of the way. Jaxian rolls up his sleeves, then proceeds to gently pry the plant from the plastic planter. Soil scatters across the counter. It's quiet as you and Artemis watch Jaxian teases the roots out of the pot shape. He moves with a grace and surety that looks so delicate. You can tell that he loves doing this. He sets the plant inside the bin of potting soil. He uses his hands to scoop soil into the new pot before placing the plant carefully among the soil. He keeps adding more soil, packing it down firmly until Artemis's plant sits happily in its new pot.
You're going to want to water it when you get home.
Jaxian wipes his hands on a rag he procures from under the counter and begins to tidy everything up. Wow, thank you. You're really good at this. This makes Jaxian turn red. He distracts himself with the register now that his hands are clean.
No problem.
Oh. Artemis and Jaxian run through the purchase process rather quickly, and soon enough, you and Artemis are thanking him and leaving the plant store. It's cooler outside today because it's later in the fall season, but the sun, I was going to call it the stun, but the sun still shines radiant from among the clouds. It bathes the side of Artemis's face, making them almost too bright to look at. Artemis has the plant cradled in one hand. You find them looking at it as the two of you walk. Satisfied? Artemis shifts their gaze to you. Their mouth quirks up at the corners, their eyes squinting a little. Yeah, I'm really happy. It's cute, isn't it? Haha, yeah, it's cute. Are you gonna name it? Artemis thinks about this, pursing their lips. Good question. I don't think about that. Or I didn't think about that. There's a long pause. Looks like Artemis is thinking really hard. Okay, I have an idea. What do you think? What do I think? Yeah, silly. What do you think the name should be? And then here it gives the option to name the plants. Okay. Let's name the plant. What are we gonna name it? Let me double check how to spell this. Okay. I got a name. It's a... I just wanted to make sure that spelling alley was spelled correctly. So it's a pun on aloe vera, aloe vera.
I like that.
I'll keep it. Its name is aloe vera now. Artemis sort of snorts. You're about to ask them what exactly is so funny about the name you just picked, but then they speak. It's just funny because it feels like we have joint custody over this thing. Oh my god, like divorced parents? Artemis laughs out loud, and you're not far behind. Okay, I probably shouldn't have put it that way. I definitely don't think of us as divorced parents. What do you think of us then? Or what do you think of us as then? Artemis doesn't say anything for a moment. Their smile is crooked, and their cheeks are pink. And gods, you are effectively charmed. I don't know. Depends on what you think we are. You feel your face grow warm. You don't know how to answer that. There are a lot of things you think you and Artemis are. You're just not sure which thing is the right one. The two of you walk in comfortable silence for the next couple minutes. Your apartment is just around the corner now. After crossing the street, you can see your apartment building in the distance. The next thing you know, you're walking up the steps to the front door of the complex. Artemis lingers behind you. You turn to face them, keys in hand after a dip in your pockets. They kind of look at you for a moment, like they're trying to sort out what they want to say to you. There's a pause, then they speak. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You smile. Of course. I like spending time with you. You notice that the tips of Artemis's ears turn red. Something about that makes you infinitely pleased. The beat of silence that follows is somehow not awkward, but then again, you begin to notice that recently things with Artemis aren't as awkward as they used to be. The way they're holding that silly plant is driving you nuts. You kind of want to... I think I kissed them. Okay, I think I'm going to hug them. Because I believe I kissed them with my stream. Which should be fine to just hug them. Or do I hug them for stream? Okay. I hug them for stream. So I'm gonna kiss them. Can I kiss you? You say it without thinking. Artemis blinks at you. A couple more beats pass, and you watch the color in their ears seep down to their cheeks. With that little embarrassment, With what little embarrassment you have left, you feel yourself flushing a match. When did you get so bold? Sure. Okay. Artemis chews on their bottom lip, trying to hide a smile that's growing by the second. Okay. The two of you stare at each other some more, and you have to tell yourself that you should probably kiss them now, before it truly does get awkward. You step forward, nudging one foot between theirs. Artemis attempts to readjust their hold on the plant. It doesn't really work. It's still in the way. You tilt your chin up ever so slightly, and it's then that Artemis seems to actually realize what's going on. You know you were the one who asked to kiss them, but suddenly they're the one kissing you. Not that you mind or anything. The kiss is eager, but short, a fiercely sweet pressing of lips that somehow conveys a million different emotions at once. Artemis always kisses you like they've been waiting to do it all day. It makes your insides twist up in knots. When you break apart, Artemis has the audacity to look shy. They start to chew on their lip again, and it takes everything in you not to crane up and kiss them again. We're gonna see each other again soon, right? Your heart squeezes in your chest. Of course. Am I going to be able to trust you to take care of Ali Vera when I'm not around? This makes Artemis laugh. It's deep and warm, like melted chocolate in the sun. Yes, you can trust me. I would hate to get my partial Wow. I'm trying. I'm struggling a little bit. I'm sorry. Yes, you can trust me. I would hate to get my partial custody revoked. You and me both. A plant needs two parents to grow up happy and healthy. Okay, sure. You'll just have to come over so you can check on it. Make sure I'm not neglecting it or anything disdainful like that. I just might. I've got to make sure you're living up to your parental duties. Artemis grins at you, nudging your shoulder with their free hand. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you. Text me when you get home. The look that Artemis gives you is incredibly fond. You bite down hard on the inside of your cheek. I will.
Bye.
Bye, Artemis. They adjust their hold on the plant one last time before stepping away, but not without giving you one last smile. You have to force yourself not to watch them leave. If you're honest, you're already looking forward to the next time you get to see each other. Okay, that's so cute. Nice! After a long week of work, you've got $12 to add to your spending fund. You now have $49. Have you saved recently? Don't forget. Okay, let's save. Oh, no! I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Yes. Okay. I'm like, did I save? And then I just click forward. I'm like, no. Oh my god. Okay. Honestly, I think this is a good place to stop for now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. That's gonna be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.